please stand for the invocation, which will be given by Natalie Waters Lang, Assistant Director, Newman Catholic Community.
What a gift it is to come together today to celebrate this joyous occasion. I'm so proud of the accomplishment that you've all worked so hard to obtain. You all have your own unique stories, and as they unfold, keep in mind one of my favorite quotes by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Let us all offer thanks for the grace we have received to come to this moment. Thanks for the people who have helped us to get here. Thanks for the suffering and the lessons learned through hardship. When I see the graduates of Drexel class of 2017, I am filled with hope. I hope that you all strive to be the best versions of yourselves. Hope that you will live with the foundation you have built here of hard work and integrity. Hope for the future in witnessing the tremendous capacity you all have for leadership. May our lives be filled with love, compassion, service, gratitude, and all you need to be successful.
Welcome, and please be seated. Please welcome Dr. Erin McNamara Horvath, Senior Vice Provost, Faculty Affairs.
Morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this commencement ceremony for Drexel University custom-designed majors in the Pennoni Honors College. This is a day of great promise, as our wonderful invocation noted. I am pleased and honored to be the first to say congratulations to the class of 2017. We're all very proud of your accomplishments and wish you the best of success as Drexel alumni. You, our graduates, are on the threshold of what I am sure will be remarkable achievements. Here to celebrate with you, we have many of those who have supported and nurtured you along the way. Among them, the dedicated faculty and professional staff members who are committed to your success. And of course, we are joined by family, friends, and others who have formed your greatest support network. So to our graduates, and also to your parents, and family and friends, and to the faculty and professional staff who taught and assisted you, I offer my congratulations to you as well. The world is a richer place today for your efforts, with increased capacity for knowledge, for innovation, and for service to others. That's what we celebrate at Commencement. I also want to extend a warm greeting to our commencement speaker, Amanda Petrosic. As a journalist and author, Ms. Petrosic has been a keen observer of the American music and pop culture scene. She's a contributing writer for The New Yorker and other publications, and an assistant professor at New York University, and the author of A History of Obsessed Music Collectors. I loved this when I read it, and their search for rare early 78 RPM records. On subjects ranging from Lady Gaga to Adele to Bob Dylan, Ms. Petrosic's writing opens a window not only onto the music, but also the role that it plays in our lives as listeners. And any of you who caught Frank Linehan and Alan Sabinson, two of our deans on WKDU, earlier this week, I see somebody listen to that, understands the role of music in people's lives. That was a wonderful Drexel moment. When she was honored last year with a prestigious Guggenheim Fellowship, it enabled Ms. Petricic to explore a new area of writing, focusing on the notion of epiphany, what's often called an aha moment. We look forward to her insights today. Let me close by saying to our graduates that the world needs you. Our long-term health and prosperity as a society depend on how you use the education you have worked so hard to achieve. If I would offer a piece of advice to you, it is to think of your future not just in terms of career decisions or job choices, but in terms of the problems you can solve and the challenges you can help meet. If you follow your heart on those questions, then your career moves will take care of themselves. I also want to make a request that you please stay connected to your alma mater with all of us here at Drexel. The bonds you formed as a Drexel student can be lifelong, and the Alumni Association can help you maintain these important relationships. I look forward to hearing about your future success in scholarship, in your professions, and in service to others, hopefully in all three. I'm so proud and privileged to share this day with you. Thank you and congratulations. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Paula Marantz-Cohen, Dean of the Pennoni Honors College.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, faculty and staff, and of course, students and their families of the custom design major. I also want to welcome the members of the Pennoni Advisory Board that are here. I'm always pleased to have these people who have been supportive of the college of which you are a part see the fruit of our labors. So I want to congratulate the students graduating here today. You're a singular group, the only self-standing major in the Pennoni Honors College. We have lots that goes on in the Pennoni Honors College, but you are our only majors, and that's a very special position to be in, and you're a relatively new group. We haven't had majors, well, we've only had majors for the last few years, and so, you're special to us. You're students who, through a deliberative and rigorous process, designed your own course of study after finding that your interests and goals do not conform neatly within a prescribed major. I know because I've attended some of your capstone projects that you're independent and original thinkers. I also know that under the direction of the custom design major staff, you've acquired a strong practical foundation, honing a set of skills that'll serve you as you embark on a career or a graduate program, so your parents don't have to be too worried. What most characterizes you is a drive to know things on your own terms, and a curiosity about the world that is not confined within the boundaries of a particular discipline or department. Your approach strikes me as very much at the forefront of education for the 21st century, much in the way that we can envision tailored drugs to fit the needs of an individual patient. We can envision education tailored to the needs of an individual student. You are at the vanguard in this respect. By the same token, you're also very hard to replicate. The education you've forged for yourselves, like a tailored drug development, still seems utopian on a large scale. After all, your program of study is labor-intensive and expensive. You worked with an advising team as well as an individual mentor in a complicated and circuitous process. And yet, based on your example, the results are impressive. Perhaps you will be the individuals who will figure out how this educational model, impractical as it may seem for more than a few highly motivated students like you are, could be scaled up for a larger number of students in the future. This might be a good custom design project for a student in the future. I look forward to following your progress and seeing you realize the cross-disciplinary and wide-ranging thinking that has brought you to this point. Congratulations to you, to your mentors, to your teachers, and to our terrific Pennoni staff, Dr. Kevin Egan and Miss Anna Nye, who have devoted themselves to helping you realize your plan of study. Congratulations.
Morning, everybody. I'm Kevin Egan. I'm the director of the custom design major here in the Pennoni Honors College. I'm very excited to have you all joining us today. As we do in the custom design major, we do things a little bit differently. So we don't have a greetings from the class of 2017, but what we will have is a musical performance from two of our graduates and then one of our current students. So it's my pleasure to introduce Mansoor Siddiqui and Rihanna Vimwala, who will be graduating today from the Pennoni Honors College, and they'll be performing a medley with accompaniment from custom design major pre-junior Nico Piagesi. So I'll let them come up and set up here. I'll help them out.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mansoor.
And I'm Rihanna.
I'm Nico. Originally, the idea was floating around that one of us should speak at our own commencement, and we thought we came up with the idea that maybe we'd just play some music for you guys. So we have a couple songs for you. They're both kind of graduation themed. One of them is called "I Lived" by One Republic. That's the first song we're going to play, and then the second song is, if you've seen the movie Moana.
How far I'll go from Moana. So,
So we're going to do that.
hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
This chair is broken. Okay, I'll stand.
When you take that jump, don't feel the fall.
Hope when the water rises, you built a wall.
When the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name.
Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay.
Hope that you fall in love and hurt so bad.
The only way you can know is give it all you have.
Hope that you don't suffer, take the pain.
Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. So many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I lived.
Hope that you spend your days and all that up.
And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Hey,
Shed I can't witness all your joy, all your pain.
until that moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. So many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I lived.
Thank you so much. As the guy who always brings the guitar to the party. So the next song is How Far I'll Go by Moana. And
Yeah, so excuse me, I lost my voice, of course, 2 days ago, so I'm still recovering, but hope you guys enjoy How Far I'll Go from Moana. I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water, no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along with the voice inside, sing a different song. What is wrong with me? See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows far it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me and let me know. If I cross that line, will I cross that line? See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me. One day I'll know how far I'll go. Oh.
That was outstanding. Thank the three of you. Thanks so much for that. I think that's one of the most amazing things about running this program and getting to know these students is that they are not defined by any singular thing. And so to find out all the skills and interests that they have outside of their academic pursuits is consistently mind-blowing for me. So again, I'm incredibly proud to stand here today and recognize the outstanding achievements of the 11 students that are graduating from the custom design major today. GPA is only one measure of the academic success achieved by these students. And let me assure you, each student has been remarkable in his or her own way. Yet they all share one common and significant achievement. Each of these students challenged themselves to accomplish something more and unconventional with their education. They willingly took on the task of developing and realizing their own unique major, a feat which requires brains, guts, and grit. And I can attest, after having worked with them for several years, that each of these students are unparalleled in those areas. Nevertheless, it is nice to have an excellent GPA to go along with those intangibles, so I would like to recognize the undergraduate students who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement at Drexel as reflected in final grade point averages. Students who graduate with a GPA between 3.5 and 3.7 are designated cum laude, or with honor. The cum laude graduate of the custom design major student this year is Hannah Betker. Those graduating with a GPA between 3.7 and 3.9 are designated magna cum laude, or with outstanding honor. Magna cum laude graduates of the custom design major this year are Samantha Slutsky, Rihanna Vimawala, and Micah Watanabe. Finally, students graduating with a GPA of 3.9 or higher are designated summa cum laude, or with highest honor. The one summa cum laude student that we have this year is Tucker Collins. I'd also like to recognize those students who are graduating with honors from the Pennoni Honors Program. So beyond taking on the additional challenge of the custom design major, they took on the additional challenge of being a member of the honors program. So would the following students please rise when I state your name and remain standing? Tucker Collins, Samantha Slutsky, Rihanna Vimawala, Miriam Nasir, and Micah Watanabe. Congratulations. Along with our graduates, we celebrate our distinguished faculty and staff. Without them, the milestone we mark today could not have been achieved. I would like to recognize those faculty members in attendance today who have mentored custom design major students, both past and present. Their dedication to working with and guiding our students is critical to their success, and I want to offer my personal thanks for their continued collegiality and support. If you'd please rise when I state your name for recognition, that'd be much appreciated. Michael Akins, Susan Bell, Dan Driscoll, Ryan Schwab, I'm not sure if Ryan was able to join us this morning, Rachel Wenrick. I'd also like to recognize Lloyd Ackert, who has been a long time collaborator with our center, so I want to also extend my appreciation for his collaboration along the way. So please join me in acknowledging the outstanding members of Drexel's faculty and staff. And I am beyond delighted to introduce our keynote guest speaker today, Amanda Petrosic. As mentioned already, Amanda is the author of 3 books about music, including Do Not Sell at Any Price, The Wild Obsessive Hunt for the World's Rarest 78 RPM Records, which was named one of the best books of the year by NPR, Slate, and BuzzFeed. As a matter of fact, this book was gifted to me by one of our former colleagues, and I was so enthralled as I read it that as I was brainstorming who we could bring to be our keynote speaker today, I figured someone that was willing to learn how to scuba dive and then dive into the murky depths of the Mississippi to try to find some of these records might just have the right disposition to meet the quirkiness of our program and all the murky depths that our students sometimes go to achieve what they want to achieve. So I was incredibly excited when she responded to my cold email invitation to say that she would join us today. As a recipient of a 2016 Guggenheim Fellowship in Nonfiction, a contributing writer for The New Yorker, and an assistant professor of writing at New York University, please join me in welcoming Amanda Petrosic. And also a little gift from the university for you. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Egan, for that very wonderful introduction. I was so pleased to receive your invitation, and I am so pleased to be with you all here today. Although that band was a very tough act to follow. Rihanna, I have to say, if that's you singing after having lost your voice, we are all in trouble. It was beautiful. So good morning, graduates. Good morning, faculty, family, and friends. What a treat to stand before you in this supremely silly hat and to congratulate you all on this remarkable achievement. I know everyone always says that, but it's true. You did something absolutely, unimpeachably great. There aren't many times in your life where you'll be certain of your own greatness, and this is unequivocally one of them. So I hope you'll each take at least one quiet moment today to reflect on how hard it was to get here and how you did it anyway. Please allow yourselves that pride. When I first sat down to write this speech, I was staying at a funny little log cabin in the Catskills Mountains of upstate New York. I'd shoved a bunch of old t-shirts and a couple pairs of shorts into a duffel bag, packed a wooden crate full of my favorite books, and composed a vague, out-of-office reply from my email. I was off the grid and hiding out. I was eating macaroni and cheese for every meal and having elaborate dinner conversations with a woodpecker. I'd been asked to compile a collection of my published criticism from The New Yorker and elsewhere into a book, and I figured I needed some time and solitude to reintroduce myself to my own work and to try to figure out what it is I've been attempting to say all these years, what I've been trying to understand about music, art, culture, and myself. Beyond the funny hubris of it, one of the strangest things about compiling a collection of my own writing, even culled as it was from just a 5-year span, was being made to face not only my critical preoccupations and prerogatives, but also all the supremely different versions of myself that have somehow walked the same earth. Who was I when a Lana Del Rey record made me sob uncontrollably? Why do I use the word dude so much? What failure of language led me to describe the music of John Mayer as hard-boiled eggs? How did I come to own so many identical vinyl copies of the Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street? Why did The New Yorker allow me to compare Justin Bieber to a ground mole? Why do I keep watching the MTV Video Music Awards? Reading back through all my old work and feeling equal parts embarrassment and pride, okay, chiefly embarrassment, I was grateful that my job had afforded me the unusual opportunity to contend directly with all these past selves. It was already strange, like trying to make a mixtape out of sentences and paragraphs. But going back through those pages, I was astounded that the same person was responsible for everything now laid out in front of me. All of my old stories gathered together felt like the manifestation of some kind of wild inner journey. Maybe some of you experienced a version of this while packing up your dorm room or apartment or house earlier this month. Maybe you found a dress or a sweater hanging in your closet that reminded you of something, and just the feel of it against your skin was enough to incite a tsunami of desire or remorse, or, if you have lived especially well, contentedness. Maybe looking at it reminded you of who you were when you bought it, who you were when you wore it, or who you were just then, folding it into a suitcase or a cardboard box, thinking about what might happen next. Marcel Proust, eternal emperor of the remembrance canon, wrote in 1913 of the desire to externalize memory, to encode it in something else. The past is hidden somewhere outside the realm, beyond the reach of intellect, in some material object which we do not suspect, he wrote. Often, bits of ourselves get caught, immortalized outside of us, like pockets of ancient atmosphere frozen into the ice sheet, like DNA in amber. They can be incredible to behold because they force us to reckon with what or who once was. I ended up picking a few lines of a poem by a young writer named Morgan Parker to use as an epigraph for the book. I wanted to share those lines with you this morning. They're from a poem called "There Are More Beautiful Things Than Beyoncé." A gloss will snowfall onto your cheeks, the top of your lip. The sidewalks will be the same, evidenced. Combing your records, you'll see the past and think, okay, once I was a different kind of person. Camped out in the mountains, alone, listening and reading, I had a strange kind of realization about the way life moves and the way we move through it. It helped me realize what I actually want to talk to you about today as you end one phase of your life and begin another. It's the idea of change and of figuring out how to reconcile all the different versions of you that you'll meet throughout your long lives. Walt Whitman famously said, "I contain multitudes." He was right. We all do. Look, change is a plainly terrifying thing. The idea that who you are and what you believe in is not fixed necessarily, but exists in a constant state of evolution, is existentially unmooring at best. Yet the opportunity to change, and to change well, to change gracefully and with integrity, is such an extraordinary gift. Because while change is scary, it is also a beautiful and powerful and important thing to remain open to the world and what it can offer you. Just because something made sense for you once doesn't mean it always will. We tend to get into the most trouble when we cling to those old ideas of who we think we are. To be clear, I don't mean bad ideas. I mean broken or outdated or irrelevant ones. Bad ideas will make themselves known to you pretty fast. You'll recognize them. If you're lucky, you'll learn from them, or they'll make you laugh, or you'll figure out a way to turn them into better ideas. In the spirit of full disclosure, I'll now admit that I have indulged some supremely bad ideas in my lifetime, usually for a magazine story, usually in Florida. For example, one time I agreed to meet two young and heavily armed men I knew only through Facebook at a gas station on the outskirts of the Everglades at 6 in the morning so that we could go hunting for invasive Burmese pythons. Another time, I spent 2 nights camping in the Apalachicola National Forest in the Florida Panhandle with a bunch of very intense people who were convinced that they could find and capture a Bigfoot. We stayed up all night stumbling around the forest in total darkness, trying to replicate Bigfoot howls so that we might draw one closer. We failed. I'm also not saying that you should just breezily abandon every hard or challenging situation you find yourself in. You will face plenty of hard or challenging situations, and there is no glory in backing away from one. One of the few things I'm certain of in life is that serious work, undertaken in good faith, almost always yields rewards, and you owe yourself and the people around you that effort. But once you've done that work, and you're certain that you've done it the best you can, I want you all to feel free, to feel truly and completely free, to let go of whatever old idea is making you unhappy or slowing you down. For me, the things I regret the most, short of failures of kindness or compassion, are the times in which I did not trust myself enough to make a change. When I recognized on some deep internal level that I was in a situation that no longer made sense for me, and I stayed there. What I'm talking about is ignoring the nagging voice inside you that knows right from wrong, and especially that knows right from wrong for you at that precise moment in your life. As such, the best advice I know to share with you is this. Nurture, respect, and heed that voice. Trust yourself. Whether that means leaving a city, a person, a job, an ideology, or an affiliation behind, don't be afraid to know and to inhabit whoever you are at that exact time in your life, even or especially if that person feels brand new to you. Never make excuses for your own unhappiness. Enable happiness. Change. This won't always be easy. In fact, it will never be easy. Human beings adapt to situations, especially seemingly comfortable situations, and learn to very effectively silence the voice that says, "This sucks." The idea of packing it all up, of burning it down, of setting off towards something that might feel better, that's terrifying. Fighting the status quo is exhausting and often thankless. So we ignore the gnawing in our guts. We cultivate thankfulness for what we have. We look on the bright side. We say it could be worse. We put a cap on our yearning. We stop longing for something better. Don't stop longing for something better. My deepest congratulations to you, class of 2017. I wish you all very beautiful futures. You have earned them. Thank you.
Good morning. I would now like to invite the Bachelor of Science graduates in the Pennoni Honors College to be individually recognized. When I announce your name, please approach the stage to receive your scroll from the dean and then return to your seat. Mansoor Siddiqui. Rihanna Vimawala. Laura Hill. Miriam Nasser. Tucker James Collins. Leanne Ellison. Hannah Gabrielle Betker. Micah Watanabe. Samantha Slutsky. Congratulations to all our bachelor degree recipients. In this ceremony, we have paid tribute to the graduating class of 2017. Now it is the graduates' turn to salute those who have helped them along the way. I would like the parents, spouses, partners, children, and loved ones of our graduates to please stand if they are able so that they may receive the thanks they so richly deserve. Now I ask the members of the class of 2017 to salute their professors and mentors at Drexel University. Will the members of the faculty and administration please rise?
So thank you for joining us today. What a beautiful ceremony this was. We're going to be continuing graduation activities on Tuesday, June 13th with the university-wide celebration, and I hope that you all will be there. It will be at Citizens Bank Park, and you will get all the information, or you should have gotten all the information through email. It'll be at 7:30 on Tuesday. Now when we're going to recess, I want to encourage graduates and their families to take a detour before the reception and go to the Paul Peck Alumni Center, where we have a wonderful exhibition on display that is sponsored by the Pennoni Honors College on Howard Pyle, his students, and the Golden Age of American Illustration. This is a really neat exhibition. We will have the curator there to say a few words. You're not obliged to go, but we think you would enjoy it. And then from there, you would go to Baracus, which is in the Crease Student Center, for a reception which will involve food and drink. Not hard drink, I guess, just soft drink. It's too early in the morning. Maybe not, though. There may be. But in any case, I look forward to talking with some of the parents and families of our wonderful graduates. And congratulations to you all, and I hope your future is as bright as your time at Drexel has been. Thank you.